Hello everyone, Stephen,
Wes,
Frankie,
here from CigarNews.com, and unfortunately we tried to do initial recording and we kind of jacked it up a little bit, so we've already cut these, we've already lit them, but we're going to tell you a little bit what we got into. We are going to do a review on the Tobacco Baez Series H. This is a Habano wrapper. It's an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with a Nicaraguan filler and a Nicaraguan binder. This is actually a Don Pepin, Jaime Garcia. It's a My Father cigar. What we got initially, or what I got initially, was kind of a little earth type tones, a little maybe like a little dirt, kind of a little barnyard, but best way to describe it, a little different from a barnyard, not really like a manure type smell, and I won't go into what the smell was that I was actually getting, but needless to say, this was a good cigar with good construction. There were a little bit of veins in it. The wrapper is beautiful. Wes had mentioned he saw a little bit of plumage on his. We're excited about getting into these, and I'll let these guys tell you what they've noticed so far.
right off the bat, one of the things Steven said, and one of the things I noticed also was when you first lit it, you got like this little sweet pop of almost like a creamy caramel flavor. And it just lingered for a minute. You could kind of taste it on the back of your tongue, and then it kind of went away. The initial smell off the wrapper and the foot that I was getting was kind of a roasted leather aroma, which was really enjoyable. And it's coming through still a little bit into this first third, but overall, great construction. Like Steven said, I saw a really nice plumage on mine. And the only thing I've noticed is now that I've got it lit, I've got kind of a soft spot over here on one side, which isn't a bad thing. It'll probably help loosen it up a little bit because I had a bit of a tight draw on mine. So, but so far, really enjoyable. Frankie?
yeah. Prior to lighting this one, I smelled a lot of hay off the foot, and the veins were very obvious. And I noticed a hard spot right there at the tip of the vein on this one specifically. And as soon as I lit it up, it split a little bit on the wrapper. And as you can even still see it right there, just a little bit. It's continuing, so I'll doctor that up as much as I can to prevent it from doing that anymore. But very smooth. The first aromas were that of actually the dry taste was that of hay. They continued in through that, and now I've picked up a little bit of a pepper just here on the very beginning, and a little bit of spice as well. That's it.
Overall, I'm getting a really nice burn on it so far, and the construction's holding up real nice, real pretty white ash, and usually looking at the ash you can tell if it's made well or not, and this ash appears like it's going to hang on for quite a while, so really impressed with it so far.
The only other thing I would add, it looks like my ash might be getting ready to flower here in a minute. Probably not going to be a big deal. We'll see how it goes. The burn, just like Wes's, is nice. I haven't had any issues with the wrapper like Frankie has had. But one thing I will add to it is I am getting the spice coming through, but very interesting is I'm getting, if this makes any sense, it's kind of like a creamy spice.
That's exactly what I was just thinking too.
It's just not an overpowering. It's a very smooth, very enjoyable, kind of like you get the spice on the top of your palate, but you get the creaminess on your tongue, and they're mixing very well together. It's going very good so far. So I'm interested to get into this further and see what comes about. And it was very interesting in the beginning. Initial little caramel sweetness, and then just immediately turned into a little bit of spice after that. But it was a great first light. One of the best first lights that I think I've ever had. It just immediately came through and then kind of disappeared. So we'll get through the into this first third and let y'all know how it goes.